Welcome to what is possibly closing in on the final stretch of Fire Emblem Engage. It has been signaled to me by the game that we are going to be looking for 3 Foul Dragon Shards, and presumably there will be some kind of final boss chapter at the end of all that, if it is going to be 1 shard per chapter, as I would expect. So, at the moment, it looks like we're going to be in for at least 4 more maps. It seems like we've cleaned up all the side chapters that we can think of in terms of what we could possibly open up when it comes to all of the Emblem Ring partnerships, at least at my run here, which is without the extra chapters added by the DLC. We don't have the expansion content, and we'll probably be saving that for after we've cleared the main campaign in its original balancing once. Before we get to the map, however, and before we step in the lava fields, we do have a few minor items of business to attend to. First of all, just a couple of promotions in the backline. Hortensia, who we have not used whatsoever, we did manage to finally cap her out in a training room, so as we've been doing with a couple of the characters hanging around level 18 or 19. As one of the royals in this game, she does have a unique promotion path, and it's going to be to the Sleipnir Rider, who is going to be interesting to combine with the rare staves, because I guess with about dexterity down in the mid-20s, you'd have about a 1/4 chance to just extend staff usage very slightly, so we might as well keep her in the back pocket in case we have a slot to rotate her in at some point. But as with Jade, who we brought up to a great night and haven't used thus far, I don't exactly know when we'll manage to fit that in. At least not in the main campaign, perhaps. Regardless, let's give her the promotion, and let's see what it looks like. And she gets her very own mount. Very lovely one at that. Prepare to be charmed by your newfound power. Frankly, I find her slightly insufferable, but can't argue with the extra range on her staff. Next, we are going to pop a second seal on Pendreo. Pendreo was right on the cusp of 20 in his promoted class in the last stream. As with what we did with Louis, I think we're just going to recycle him back into the same class and give him a bit more of a stat gain at level 1. I did consider maybe getting him over to Sage, because then you can stack the Spell Harmony skill on top of him, but I think we want somebody who's still an S-rank staff user, and of course Hortensia, who we just promoted, could fill that role as well, but she seems way behind. We don't have the S-rank staff yet, but if we do, I do want to be ready for it. And we have something quite good going on right now with the Pendreo Kaya combination, which was the linchpin of our victory in the previous paralog. So we're just going to recycle him back through High Priest and keep him as is, but with more stat gain at a slower pace. He did cap out his speed already, but maybe we'll cap out some other stats to come, who knows. So you'll just go High Priest to High Priest. Not the most creative thing to do. We haven't really played around with spell combinations from taking characters through multiple advanced classes, but given that I haven't really been doing these side skirmishes, I don't think the game has really given me enough room to level a lot of characters through that. Anyway, I mean, I guess the way to do it if you wanted to stack skills is just to level them to 5, change class, level them to 5 again, and just stack skills to your heart's content, assuming that they do transfer over between classes, which they may or may not. He does, of course, keep his level 5 skill here, even though he has reset back to level 1, the self-healing here. So I think maybe these skills are preserved over class change, but I'm not absolutely positive. It would make sense that it would be, but I don't know if there's a limit to the number of slots. Or if maybe there's just one slot that you get to choose, as may very well be the case. Yeah, there's one slot for the class. And we don't get to change that right now, of course, but we do wonder how the system works. We're not going to see it at the moment, though. We are, however, going to return to the sawmill for one very critical piece of the puzzle that we have to put together when it comes to the party management, and we'll make it fairly quick. A very important thing that we earned in the previous chapter, which we're going to put to use. So, at long last, we do know what's going to go in the memento drawer. And it is what we earned in the previous paralogue, which is the Pact Ring, which appears to be the S rank ring. So we'll basically be taking one of our allies who is at A rank, so let's see who that would be, in fact. In the reference, the current rank of support relationships with the avatar, we have a pretty decent number of A ranks to select from in terms of characters that have been a core part of our party and who have done some side activities or eaten some meals with us besides. I've had a pretty clear first choice for the S rank since the beginning, but of course there will be some mechanical benefit we don't know about, given the mechanic with the emblem known as the Fire Emblem that we obtained in the last major story chapter. So it will be one of these characters who we are essentially going to be marrying, although that's just based on precedent from future games and getting to choose all of them. I think there's maybe some flexibility to how that is going to be understood. So, judging by the map, looks like we have the yellow support dialogue bubble available with any of the characters who qualify with the Ace of Word. And the one we are looking for is going to be in the cafe. So yeah, all of them have the A rank bond powers already. If you choose to use Engage Plus, I do wonder how the S support is going to be represented within that. As with previous games, we get to pick just one, and as with Three Houses, we're picking one near the very end of the campaign, as far as I can tell. It is going to be Citrin, who has been a core part of our party since she came on board as my main mage. I think we had to bench her for one map and all that time just a few maps ago, so let's pitch the proposal. Pop the question, as it were. Over a good meal. And let's see the unique S support sequence.
Have a look at this.
Is that a dried flower? It looks familiar.
Now, to think about the romantic sequences in Fire Emblem is that I do love the music they write for these. It was always one of my favorite tracks in Three Houses as well to get the S support. And
it's from the bouquet.
The lush orchestration is back.
I carefully dried each flower for use as a decoration.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm delighted to see how you've taken such good care of them.
I think of your kindness each time I look at them, Citrine.
What a lovely thought. Thank you for sharing this with me.
I didn't call you over just to show you the flower. This time, I have a gift for you.
You do? For me? What might that be?
And I love how the main Fire Emblem fanfare theme is kicking in here as well.
This. The Pact Ring.
It's a lovely arrangement of it, in fact.
What? But this is a historic piece of jewelry. I suspect it's worth more than all of my riches combined.
Well, it just shows that we're not marrying for money, so Hyperion Smokestack, welcome.
Why would you give this to me?
Don't think of how much it's worth. I'm giving this to you as a token of our friendship. I want you to be my closest confidant, Citrine. Are you willing to walk and fight by my side?
Oh my. Of course I am, Divine One. I will happily accept this gift.
I'm so glad to hear it.
You know...
Yeah, Hyperion
give
Smokestack,
gifts, but I rarely
spoilers
receive
galore
them
at this point in
myself.
the game because I am quite close to the finish. But I appreciate you dropping by to say hello. Anyway, you're in for quite a treat. It took me a few maps to really warm to it. Partly because it is kind of a whiplash coming from the previous Fire Emblem game, Three Houses. It's much more of a continuation of the 3DS style of Fire Emblem, if you ever played Awakening or Fates. And after a few maps, though, when the mechanics really get rolling, this game becomes very interesting and highly versatile. Lots going on in it strategically, and I'm sure you're going to have a wonderful time. But yeah, at this point in the stream, though, I am probably a few maps from the end, so might be spoilerific.
You were right.
Totally
about
understandable if you
sentimental
do have to
value.
step out.
A gift from the heart is a wonderful gift indeed.
Couldn't agree more.
Thank you, Divine Dragon. I must be the luckiest person in the world.
You've always been a huge fan of Fire Emblem? Yeah, I remember you saying, I think it was you at some point, that it would be fun to do more tactics games on a stream, like XCOM and the like.
When this war is over, we must attend a formal ball together. I know that's
I was
a long
reluctant
way
to stream
off.
this at first, in fact, because I knew that it would be a huge, huge time commitment with very little audience showing up. But in retrospect, I'm glad I've spent much of the last 2 months recording and streaming Fire Emblem simply because I can capture some of the actual decision-making that I've been doing, some of which has turned out to be really quite interesting. There have been some fun turns in this game that took a long time to put together and figure out.
Why wait? We could just dance right here and now. Think of it as a formal-ish ball. Just for us.
I'd like that very much.
Anyway, here
What a
is
gift
the
exchange
S-Support
this is.
screenshot.
You and I both offering to support one another.
Much more
It's priceless.
unmodeled than some of the ones in Three Houses. One thing that did annoy me a little bit about Three Houses is that you would spend so much time building up your S-Support with your favorite ally and marrying them in the end, and then the first-person view of their illustration at the end would look nothing like the character. Like, the facial proportions were completely different. And it was consistently like this, too, where the portrait at the end just didn't look like the character in-game. Anyway, we are going to get this level 21 bond, which is going to give me Boon of Elios. And bonus to crit and dodge equal to 2 times the number of allies who have acted this turn. Good thing that we tend to use her as a bit of a finisher, then, instead of somebody who's attacking early. Yeah, because then basically we have her guarantee a crit somewhere near the end of the turn. Virtually. Anyway, that's the S support, or rather, it's marked as a ring support in this game. And we're going to get to the map. Yeah, Hyperion Smokestack, I also recommend if you like tactics games, looking into Triangle Strategy. I played it off-stream earlier this year, and to be honest, one of the reasons that it took me a little while to warm to Fire Emblem Engage was that coming off of Triangle Strategy, which was very, very interesting, the early maps of a Fire Emblem game can feel like a bit of a letdown. And then, of course, you get back into the more advanced material, and it shows its true colors again, and everything is fine. But Triangle Strategy was a real treat. And yeah, some very unique systems going on in it. Anyway, let's play. I think we have looked at everything we wanted to here, so let's go. Triangle Strategy is already on your Switch. Yeah, I've done one run through it. I didn't stream it, but I don't feel finished with it. I was hoping to get back to it for some New Game Plus at some point later this year. It might not happen for a while, given that between Fire Emblem now and Zelda in May, I'm just so fully booked. And yeah, I basically had to write off Octopath 2 for the time being. I loved Octopath 1, but I just looked at my calendar and thought, Octopath 2 is just going to have to wait. It might have to wait, I don't know, a year or two before I actually get to it. But yeah, I think Triangle Strategy is actually maybe my favorite thing from Square since the days of the Super Nintendo, games like Chrono Trigger and so on. It is a pretty exquisite game. Mostly because the class design is incredible. It's kind of like taking some of the mechanical ideas that you see in Octopath and Bravely Default and kind of building tactics classes around them, around the same style of jobs and around the same style of points management. And it works absolutely beautifully because the class designs are just so unique. Have I tried Metroid Dread? Yes, I did stream my first run through Metroid Dread when it launched in 2021. And I've gone back to it to very casually learn a speed route through it a few times. I'm not naturally a speedrunner, but for Metroid Dread it was fun enough I wanted to replay it, so I got my time down to 3 hours or something. And yeah, that's really something I'm glad I took my time with as well. Let's play anyway, and just so you know, we're back to the main story. We've finished all the available side chapters for now. It might be very, very spoilerific, but we'll see. "2021 has been that long." Yes, I think so. Because I believe it was October 2021 or so. Which makes me wonder, what did I even do last year? I didn't get to stream very much in 2022. I cut back dramatically last year. Because I just had scheduling conflicts like crazy. But
I'm glad you can tell where they are, Vale.
we got back to a regular pattern with
really
this game.
them myself.
Hold on. I see people. It looks like...
Also, I don't know if you ever got to try Marvel's Midnight Suns.
Yes. Zephyr and Gris.
But there was a free weekend on Steam last month, and I got to play a fair bit of it. And it is, of course, by the Firaxis XCOM team, but it actually has some pretty striking similarities to Fire Emblem in some ways. Not the battle system itself, but everything outside the battle system is probably the most Fire Emblem influence on a Western game that I can remember in recent memory, so probably up your alley as well, depending on your taste for Marvel stuff. I didn't buy it in the end, but it's something I might pick up on a sale someday.
They must be guarding the shard. Are you going to be okay?
If I'm going to stop Papa, then I can't avoid this.
But there's some pretty hilarious similarities between the framing device of Marvel's Midnight Suns and the kind of whole framing and narrative of Fire Emblem Engage. Oddly coincidental in some ways.
Sooner or later, I have to face them.
All right.
Well, they're not holding rings anymore, so what is it we'll be fighting? Let's
Zephyr!
find out.
Gris!
My lady, we have been awaiting your arrival.
Yeah, I'm not a Marvel person either. I am very much a Firaxis person, though, so it was one of those things where I'll kind of try it despite the Marvel license.
Oh, I see. It's you again. And from the looks of it, the other Lady Vale is no longer with us.
That's right.
Wormed your way back in, huh?
Stop calling her that. No one will speak that way about Vale ever again.
You!
Hey, whoa! What's this? Aren't you dead?
I have
So the
become
narrative
an
matter in
emblem
this game is
by
much
the power of all the emblem rings, so
less
I can save
central
this
to the
world.
experience, I think, than something like Three Houses. Three Houses is a much plottier game. This is, in some ways, very old school Fire Emblem, where this is just a scaffolding over which the tactics are hung.
We're here to stop Papa.
And let you through? I think not. We're here to protect this shard.
Then you're prepared to die.
You mean to kill us, Lady Vale? Even after I doted upon you, cared for you as...
It used to make me happy when you said things like that. You're just two of Papa's followers.
Why are you singling us out?
Mabir was my knight. I've been told. She died trying to save me. Why did you kill her?
I took Marnie into my family.
How can you call the Four Hounds family?
Because I loved them. When...
That isn't real love.
Anyway, I'll continue talking after the cutscene, just so we can
Oh,
zip
is
through
that
it.
right? I know my own heart and my own thoughts, but we'll never see eye to eye. I serve Lord Sombra. I've done so for a very long time.
I got no plans to switch sides.
I see. I suppose this is goodbye then. I'm sorry to say. We've got no other choice but to fight them.
Are you sure?
They're not listening. We need to stop Papa.
Anyway, we were saying you deal with too much of that stuff at work. Buried under. Spider-Man HeroClix bricks. I'm not even sure I know what HeroClix is. But I'm imagining some kind of Lego-like assembly kit toy line. I'm not up to speed on a lot of that market. Anyway, here's the map. We've got a party of 14. This is, I think, the first time we've expanded to 14 in this game. At least manually. The last map we started with 12, but then we had 2 characters automatically join a party, so it's pretty much the same setup we had before. I'm going to be changing a couple things around with the rings, though. First of all, let's take a look at what we're actually dealing with. Defeat the 2 bosses. And where are they located? Okay, so we're going to be in the center of the map over here. We've got 2 clusters that we're starting with, and a lot of impassable terrain, as well as flyers-only terrain. It's a little bit difficult to distinguish which is which, so we'll really have to be careful about watching the paths just to see. You don't really know what it is either. It's some kind of miniatures, like the booster packs in Magic the Gathering, I see. Yeah, I find with business models like that is that you just wind up with too much stuff hanging around. Which I guess if you have the perception of time that young children and adolescents do, it doesn't matter so much, but over a long scale you start realizing that you know, with a collector's mentality, you either go all the way or you just burn out with too much stuff in your closet. Okay, we're going to keep mostly the same car party, but I think we're going to make some changes. Let's see what the boss designs are like so we know if there's anything different about them this time around. Lots of dragons flying everywhere. What is this? Bell Dragon Shard. Right, so it's impassable though, and the main objective is to just snipe the bosses. They have new weapons. The weapons are lootable. We have the S rank dagger that is physical. Oh, that'll be nice, because the previous dagger we looted was a smash weapon that we're not getting much use out of yet. We also have an S-rank tome, which will almost certainly go to Citrine. S-rank dagger likely going to go to... Does Marin actually have S-rank on that? I think she does. Let's take a look. Yeah, she does, okay. But we'll worry about that at the end of the map. Anyway, as far as their abilities go, let's check this. They've got 3 life bars and not that much in the way of unique abilities. At least not yet. Oh, also she's got a second weapon. She's just got the Thoron to counter anything at 3 range. She's got a Fortify for the heal. And they both have pretty high defensive stats, particularly the resilience, so we'll likely be prioritizing physical attacks. And she is strong against type effectiveness, so we can't just snipe her. Right, Soul Blade we remember from the previous map, I think. Damage calculated using the average, which it means we'll probably be sending Jean up against her. Dragons, we generally have a pretty good method for sniping them. So yeah, we'll figure out how to divide the party. But anyway, the main thing I wanted to do, since we do have an expanded roster of 14, which has automatically added Vale and Mavier from the previous map, is that we're going to switch Byleth from my avatar unit over to Vale. And the reason for that is because, as we discovered in the previous map, the Engage Plus ability was actually interfering with my ability to use Byleth's power, which is frankly too important to be without.
Violet!
Together!
And we want Byleth on somebody who's a dragon, because it gives you all of the stats, rather than just one specific one, for both Instruct and Goddess stats. Which means we'll probably be putting somebody's standard ring. Assuming this works, because one thing I have to check. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, we want one of the rings from Awakening. Let's put on one of my other S-Class rings. So we'll put on Inigo's. Because if we look at the map, let me see, if I understand this correctly, even without one of the engage rings, I will have my own independent engage meter. And so I can still power up with engage plus so long as I'm adjacent to an ally I want to activate. So that will be how we do that. It does mean... I don't know if we want to keep Mavier for the additional heal, because right now... Well, we'll see, we'll see. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with first. Okay, so let's put on the stats. Lots of flyers on this end. Will probably... Lots of flyers coming in through the middle as well. We'll probably put in a lot of the bows with this group here. With the groups being separate, I don't know why we couldn't just merge them pretty quickly, unless there's a major terrain change that happens, like something that splits them. We should prepare for the possibility that there will be some kind of map event that splits the group, which would then require me to come through this narrow choke point over here against these defenders, which we'll just scan around to see what kind of weapons we're up against. Great Axe, Dagger... And, oh, okay, Physic and Freeze over here. We need to watch out for this guy's spell range. Or just snipe him off with Astra quickly, which I think will likely be the play if we put Chloe in the left side group. Then we have another set over here, but it's all spears, and then the Brave Lance we need to watch out for because it will hit pretty hard. But I think the priority should actually be to knock out the staff user here with the Griffin Knight, if we can take it out. Although I usually like using Astra to one-shot the worms. You feel like you're watching me in my element? Yeah, well... I mean, this is just setup phase, right? Like, if you want to see me in my element... it's when I fall into really complicated traps and have to untie my way out, which has happened in a few maps. I do save all of the videos, by the way, so if you do catch up on the game and you want to see certain plays that I've been making, I can send you the video playlist on Twitch, or you can just find it on the channel. Because there have been some really interesting plays that I've made, and I'm thinking I might even edit some of those down into some kind of video compilation if I have the patience to go through my own footage, because it is a lot of footage, as you might imagine. Okay, so Avatar's going to start over here on this side. We probably want Seedal and Vale to be in the same cluster so they can make the combo play that I've been doing to really push the front line. Let me just make sure I know what kind of weapons I'm dealing with. Just lots of silver weapons all over the place. It's a big map. This one. Mage is over here. This guy's lootable. Goddess icon on him. Let's just make sure we can see the loot icons. And then... oh. Yeah, a bunch of bows over here, but we'll probably still go a flyer on the left side because we need Chloe for Astra. As far as magic attacks go, everybody's resilience is honestly a little too high. But judging by what I'm looking at, we'll probably put a lot of the mages on the right side. I just need to make sure I have some heals available. Or we could do the massive warp play with Pendreo that we had done in a previous map as well. No, we should maybe save that. But regardless, we've got a couple of defenders over here that we would probably take out using bows. We want a lot of bows on the left side though, so... and... yeah, given all the Wolf Knights over here, probably want to do the freeze hit and run with Ivy. We'll see. I don't know if I want to keep him over here. Though he is going to be a pretty solid healer. And a defender. We do need a defender on either side, so let's see about the physical attack here. It should be Louis on the left. Louis on the left for sure. And... what's his name? Jean on the right. So I kind of like this cluster. Vale, Seedall. A couple of my archers. Let's get a flyer on the right, actually. Let's put Ivy on the right side so she can kind of do hit and run plays over the middle. Yeah, because looking at the flight maps here, it's mostly this opening here that we need to worry about. So with the flyers coming in, yeah, let's actually put Ivy in this position. Then we'll have enough to work with to do some ranged attacks to push up here quickly. So I think what I want to do is I actually want to swap out Mavier. That's my current line of thinking. Is that... where is he? I'm going to bring in Yunaka. We're going to put a ring on her. We're going to put Marth on her. Because I think the idea that I want to try is to make her a really high avoidance unit. And then Fagato with build 14 is still going to be able to push all of my other characters. If we put him back with Mia's ring, which game is she from? Oh yeah, Path of Radiance. There we go. And then we kind of have the same setup with Fagato we had before, and then the idea is to have a super high avoidance set of plays that we can make with Yunaka using the new S-rank dagger that we had, which is the Smash Dagger, which does require her to be in a defending position. Not that we really have any kind of avoidance-friendly tiles to hide on in this map, so maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe we shouldn't be using her. Because she doesn't actually have anywhere to hide for her skill, but I do want to try to level her up a bit and get someone in the back line back in the mix. If it doesn't work out, we'll try it with Mavier, but I don't expect we'll need to reset the map. So yeah, Pendreo on this side, we want somebody who can do heals on the left side, so one of the mages has to go left. Ike here, it's going to tank in this position. I don't think there's any spell damage coming in, so we're probably fine. We have to watch out for any units with pass. Yeah, because Ike just, or rather Louis and Ike just take this position nice and early. And maybe we'll snipe off the worm. Or maybe even just run up to it and smash it. Which is always possible. We need to deal with this mage somehow with somebody who's going to be good anti-magic. And somebody who can actually hit at range. So it could be Marin, it could be... It's got speed 18. I actually want Anna on that side then. So Anna over here. And switch her over this way. Yeah, we'll keep Pendreo on the right side in case we want to do a mass warp to teleport half my units over. In fact, we could probably still do that. Like if we create a cluster, like a cross, then we can actually use Pendreo to teleport the whole cross and do this really big opening play where we just rush the map. So for example, if we put, what is it, Pendreo, in this location, just have somebody walk down one spot, somebody who we're using immediately. Then we just teleport everyone over, and then Ivy is still able to pass over the mountain. And Hyperion, you were asking me a few minutes ago, many minutes ago, wasn't 3 houses like 70 hours or something? I took longer, I think, but I'm slow, especially when I'm talking. Because I like to tweak things. And I like to map out huge sequences of moves before I actually commit to them. As you can see here from the setup phase where I'm over half an hour into the stream and haven't actually started. I don't know we want Marin on this side. Let's see here. Yeah, because we can probably do some longbow shots or something. Canter our way out. But yeah, we still need a healer on the left side. I think it actually makes sense to put Citrin over that way. And potentially use her on heals. At the same time though, Citrin next to my avatar makes more sense given that we just built that support. But maybe we can just merge them in together or do something of the sort. Or we just switch back to Mavier instead of Yunaka and put him back instead. Maybe that makes more sense. Because currently we don't really have heals on the left side. That is a bit of a concern. Yeah, maybe this idea of Yunaka won't work this map. We should keep it in mind for the next map. Then let's take a look here. Yeah, because we should keep Mavier on the left side and then maybe put him with Marth's-Ring. Let's see. I don't know how well he'll really work with Marth though. Let's take a look at the rings. Again. So yeah, he would mostly be using that for... Actually, no, that might work because it works well with the breakability. I don't know that we have any bond level for him to work with yet. Yeah, he's bond level 1. That's okay, he can level that up. In conjunction with Lodestar Rush. Okay, why don't we swap Marth back over to him then, and then we'll swap him back into the party. Because, yeah, right now the healer distribution just doesn't quite work. At least with the kind of play that I want to make, which... Or we could put Ivy back on the left side. Let's take a look. I have to get this right. And with 14 units on a map, some of the turns are going to complicated. Yeah, let's actually just put Ivy back there, maybe. Means she won't be able to fly over this passage here, but that's okay. She can dart over there on future turns. Okay, no, let's switch back to the original plan. Who did we even deactivate? Oh, we didn't deactivate anybody. We just swapped rings, so... Let's go back to the setup we had before. Marth.
Right.
And not that we're using him right now, but we'll put some kind of ring on him before we forget. Maybe Elise. Makes a lot of sense. Okay. So... Aaron and Roy over here. She would do 36 against this. We'll probably double up against it. We actually want Anna probably to be the one who hits over here. Because she should be able to just smash this guy. 17 defense, 35 HP. If you get 2 attacks against that, that will be... How much do you have to do? You have to do 18 apiece. That's going to be 35 attack. Actually, you should be able to just kill it with the dagger, probably. Well, we'll try them either way. Let me put Anna over here, just in case. Citrina over here. Yunaka in the back line. Pendreo over here. In case we want to do the mass warp. Actually, then in that case, Yunaka here. And Citrina here. Yeah, that works a lot better. In case we want to move the whole squad up. We'll see if that play actually makes sense. We might not do it, but it depends on how the map actually works. And whether there is some kind of party split. Okay, let's save this. We'll do an inventory check and then we'll go. Just to make sure we have people holding what they need to hold. Yeah, last time I messed up by accidentally not having a spear or javelin on Chloe anymore. We're fixing it. It means now she's no longer holding an axe for any weapon triangle reasons, but we weren't using that with her anyway, so... Acetal's mostly going to store my staves. Oh, yeah, having Acetal on the opposite side is... what's his name? Pendreo might not be that smart, but that's okay. That's okay. I think we want to keep things as is. Anyway, what were we checking? Rescue staves are still good. And we move the S rank dagger. Silver on her. Yeah, I think this is probably a good setup. Let's keep it. And let's play.
We have to defeat Sepia and Gris.
Good luck. Yeah, thank you, Hyperion. Okay, that's the mechanic.
What was that?
That's the mechanic. I didn't know, but now we do. I wonder how that will be marked in events.
Those two. It must be their doing.
So, yeah, basically meteors will fall in the sky and break terrain. We need to be aware of that so we don't get mobbed.
They can attack using the shard.
Destroyed a Fellowship Dragon shard, yeah. Devastating volcanic bombs. How do we see them, though? Every few turns. Now, I wonder if they will do friendly fire to the enemy units. They probably should. Okay, so we need to dodge things in this map. So let's save that warp idea for later, then. Maybe. Anyway. Yeah, because I thought we'd be fighting over a mountain here. We're not, so let's just push in. Okay, we got a couple of axes and tomahawks over here. Which means we do want Jean up to the front line. And we'll just hit these guys at range, which we know we can do. Why is this guy able to hit? Okay, 40 attack on a tomahawk. Probably won't be able to hit Anna, but we'll figure that out. This side, we want to snipe this guy. Let me just make sure I can do a damage check on Chloe. Let's see. We did 10 squares, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Say the word.
We're just going to do a bit of a test here
It's
without
just like my fairy
actually
tales.
attacking. So, can she one-shot this guy? Yes, she can. 85 damage, in fact. That's solid. Notably, she is no longer going to one-shot the dragons like she used to do. So we can't rely on that. Given that, I think one-shot on the left side is probably the way to go. And we'll just do a range check on some of these units here, so we know what we're dealing with. If we can take down the dragon this turn, then Louis can just block this spot against any of the physical attackers, because it's all physical attack all the way down. He should just be able to hold by himself. In that case, let's just do a couple of damage tests against the dragon just to see what we're dealing with.
Got it.
So, Fragato, for instance, would take a ton of punishment, although 50%, so who knows.
Me?
Yeah, I mean, all of these guys are going to take way too much damage. He at least will get a crit off the longbow. Potentially. So we're going to do a couple of different hit and run plays, I think,
Devoted to you.
against Dragon. The dragon also has the Fell Dragon type. Ah, that's why the dragon bow doesn't quite work anymore. Because Mulagir is good against dragon, but not against Fell Dragon. If I understand this correctly. Yeah, because he's got the Fell Dragon type, we need the Fell Dragon type advantage, which I need to get using the Engage Plus power that we picked up on the previous map. Okay, that's why she's no longer able to one-shot. Veil might have something. No, she is herself just a dragon. But I wonder... Ivy, interestingly enough, has a really powerful attack against this, and doesn't take too much in return. So she can actually do Bolganon from... well, she would have to do it at 2 range, and then she'd have to pull back. And unfortunately, she is kind of vulnerable at that point, unless... Yeah, because she's only got Canter, right? Not Canter Plus. Okay, yeah, so she can hit really hard. The problem is that she doesn't have a good way to pull back afterwards. If we do Thoron, however, we can do 29 from a safe range, pull out, and then pile in with a couple of other attackers. So I think we might still be able to pull it out, because yeah, Leaf can do 35, and there's this low chance, or rather 18 damage, with a low chance of crit. How much? And of course, Seedall can always make her double up on the Thoron attack as well. So I think it will be actually Ivy hitting this guy and then pulling back. Which means Chloe should have a free hand to snipe the fellow with the very annoying freeze staff. Okay, so that side I think we'll be able to take care of. Now let's see how we can kill off the Bolganon, knowing of course that Tomahawk can hit this spot for 40 damage. I think the original ambition was to get Lucina over here, and she just kills it straight up. And I would imagine that the axe chance against her probably isn't very good, so I think we can probably just take this out with Lucina. And then we just take out these two with something else. Jean...
Let's hear it.
should be able to just go Flashing Fist against this guy. And he won't take any attack in return, so we just need to hit this guy from range. That means...
Very well.
Trin is within 7 points of that. We'll put her with a support. She's got a support with Marin. That makes a lot of sense to like that, or with Yunaga's dagger. If she can get a kill, we want to get Yunaga some kills if we can. So she can do 12. A pretty decent hit rate. So okay, in that case, I think we have a plan. We will first of all do the thing that is maybe most open to uncertainty, which is this first attack in here with Citrin, which we're going to support using my dragon. In fact, we'll support this location here. Citrin Celica will engage and attack in like this. Well, she won't engage, she'll just attack. Oh, she'll just kill. Okay, that's fine. God, that would get the backup attack from Anna. That's fine. Just means that we won't let Yunaka have a chance to play. But she can just do this and just tap this briefly for a tiny bit of experience, even if she doesn't get the kill. Anna will, of course, come down here. In fact, we could even chain guard her. Assuming that we have enough power to take this guy out with 2 attacks. So, for example, we can do this, or we can do an advance. Now, if I do advance, does it counter at melee range? It does. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? But yeah, basically we attack here. Now Peshkat's potentially gets to crit. And then what will we do after that? Then Naga. Yeah, I should get hit pretty hard, in fact. Would not be all that wise. But Silver Dagger here would be able to do 12. I think what we'll do then, we'll get Marin over here. Yeah, 17, that's not really enough. Okay, no, I think Anna will just have to take the shot. And we'll just get Jean over there to hit. And we'll just get Yunaka to hit for the sake of making an attack. Just to see if we can level her up a bit. Infinitesimally. Oh, actually landed a poison for once. It's almost never seen. We'll go Flashing Fist here. Make an easy kill.
That must have hurt.
And we'll get the other 2 up.
Let's pray.
We'll keep Pendreo in reserve just in case we need a staff. Okay. Let's see about the range check. Okay, next thing we should do is we should attack in here with Ivy. 64% on the return. Oh, actually, no. She can hit here just fine. Because if she pulls back, then we get Seedall to double up on her, and she moves out of the way.
Let's go.
fact, what does Veil do? Not enough. She would just die because she doesn't have enough hit points. I really should have put on a hit point bonus for her, knowing that we would be facing dragons that do exactly 35 damage without defense. I should have put a hit point skill on her. That's a mistake not to, because it means she can just never fight the dragons. My mistake. Okay, in that case, let's just go Bolganone here and pull her back. Oh, and that'll be a miss. That's even better. And that'll be a kill. That's even better. We will still need to pull her back out of there to safety using Seedall. So Seedall is reserved. Can't do anything with him this turn, but we can get Ike and Louis up here. Great Axe is potentially going to push him back unless, of course, we put somebody behind him. Anybody behind him, however, would need to tank against a dagger. Or we just let the Great Axe try to do its thing. It won't do much damage. Just want to make sure he's in position. And yeah, we could even put someone up there to the... Okay, no one can get up a step, but if they could, we could have done a swap with them. Anyway, important thing is that we're going to use Astra to take out this staff. Where am I? Okay, here. Yeah, we could even use Chloe, actually, because 31 attack on that. It's not going to outspeed her, which is an important consideration. Why don't I just park her here? And you got Great Axe. Yeah, and then you just park Louis ahead of her.
This isn't so
With a Great
bad.
Lance of his own. Why are these guys marked as exclamation mark? Fish cats. Yeah, if he gets hobbled, he gets hobbled, whatever. 46 and 19, so if we can get like a 65 attack out of him, the Brianna won't quite do it. But he should actually switch from Great Lance to Brianna, so he could potentially fight both of the daggers if need be. So yeah, we'll switch to it. You should be in a solid position here. Chloe and Lynn are going to go over here. Again, we will switch to the bow. And take this guy out.
As if I'd lose. I can't retreat now.
And we'll keep her in position, unless I have a better idea for who to put there. I think I like her there. Unless there's anything we're missing. Yeah. No, we're good. And then we're in pretty good shape, as long as we don't get nuked
The
by anything.
stage is mine.
Seattle's gonna dance. I wonder, since the right side of the map is open, if we should merge in over there. It depends on where the next meteor is going to be, obviously. Quite a lot right on that right now, so we'll keep them on the left. Likewise with Vale and Byleth. Just move everybody up. Oh, we even have to shove, but we'll wait. And do we want to risk doing another attack with her? I mean, we can do Thoron from here and then pull her back by 2. It will do quite a bit, in fact. We can't do better than that, though, I don't think. Yeah, I think that's about as good as we can make it. And then, for the sake of making more attacks like that, for the boundary, we'll just keep her on this position here in the middle. And we'll move my other guys up. And that leaves Alcris to grab this spot here. What was that staff? Why did I not read that? Okay, got some crits there, but against somebody who is very high armor, so it wasn't actually that effective. Wolf Knights are going to attack in here, as expected. And Chloe will have no trouble with the bow. Always very satisfying to fight on the defensive phase. Okay, that's going to charge up, and it's going to attempt to hit something.
You? That's crazy talk. If anyone's dying today, we'll fling these babies at them till nothing's left but bone shard.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. We can do that. As long as we don't get pushed into it by a Great Lance or something. No problem. We'll be able to take out this cluster, I think, without too many issues. As long as we mark where the Wyvern squad is going to hit, so we don't run into that. Likewise, yeah, we just need to take out both clusters. We're way overpowered to deal with that, so. However, is she frozen in place? Yes, she is. That's a problem. That Anna was frozen in this location. Do we have anybody who can reposition her? Yeah, that was a mistake that I didn't see the freeze staff. Who even had that? This guy. Yeah, that's the problem. We could always convoy a restore staff, I think. I don't have one handy right now, but if we... we can also warp her out using warp. That might be the easiest thing, even though I'm reluctant to burn a warp staff. Not quite like that. But if we're going to burn the warp staff anyway, we might as well do it in such a way that transports a couple characters at once and gets them within a really rapid attack. I don't know if we want to use up Micaiah's power that soon, though. I think we might not. Anyway, we'll make sure we save Pendro to last, so we know what we're dealing with here. I think it might be possible to transport everybody up to take out this cluster, which is pretty vulnerable to magic, so. If we take this guy out, Sean's still going to be a little far back in terms of range. But Yunaka might be able to get a solid attack in. As long as we make sure this guy dies afterwards. So, Naka, no, not quite. She really needs some kind of spell dagger. She can also go for the smash weapon, but of course she can't because too much of a hit chance incoming. So yeah, she needs way more health to make plays like this. But you could always go engage and maybe use Mark's sword attack.
Quick change!
And yeah, Hyperion Smokestack, you can't stick around, that's fine. You have a good night. Rapier is going to do pretty well. It's going to cut right through this guy. But then she's going to be in a somewhat vulnerable position. We'll definitely need to kill all those after that. Which tells me we need to scan ahead to see... Oh, you know what? We could always use Ivy's power with Corrin to just freeze this cluster here. So these guys won't really matter too much. The main thing though is that we really do need to take out that freeze staff. So for example, we go Volcanon against this guy, he will... Yeah, not a great hit chance, but take him down to 21. And potentially we can nuke him from there. A pretty high chance, in fact. So yeah, you got these guys over here. Yeah, so I think Inaka is going to come in and just engage with Marth to take that one out. That means that Marin and Roy could potentially attack into something here as well. $22, that's going to be 38 because of the speed bonus. I kind of like that. Just leave her vulnerable here, though, unless you take out both. Alright, speed 17. Oh, why doesn't she double against this guy, then? Let's take a look at this. Ah, Dagger is actually going to do pretty well against that. Yeah, because you want Levin Sword against that one, or Dagger against this one. Either way. Either way, Jean's going to have to come here. And even shielding is going to be enough to take this guy out, so we'll stay on shielding. Although, yeah, 5 and 9, that'll do it.
From me to you! Too close! I have to keep everyone
Okay,
safe.
no issues. Okay, and then yeah, you can kill using Marth's power, which again might be burning it pretty early, but that's just going to happen. The idea is you use Pandreo to transport all three of these with warp, perhaps up here, and then they can all attack in. Because right now they're out of range of doing much that would be effective. I guess Citrine would have Dithloron, but that's pretty much it. And just for safety's sake, we'll see about that, because you might be able to really kind of rush in with everybody. You can play that well enough. That would mean that I don't use Corrin's power right away. Like, if I can use the warp here with Micaiah's power, I save Corrin for later when I actually need immobilization, which I think it's going to be a more critical piece in the long run. So I think we will, in fact, go engage with him. Notably, Warp Staff's going to have a pretty... Warp Staff is going to be something he has to use beside himself, so it'd have to be this. Yeah, Warp Staff still only has the one range. And we just relocate everybody somewhere fun. Well, somewhere where Anna can actually shoot. So it would probably have to be here. Maybe here so she can have her pick of targets. Yeah, that might be good actually. Because then she can take her pick of who to shoot. Let's do that. Then that would put her right beside this other unit, though. That's kind of contingent on me actually being able to blast through everything, which I will have to do. Okay. So, you can attack into either of these. I think Radiant Bow into this guy is likely to be the best idea here, but we'll see, because low resilience there, it might also be better to use Citrin to just straight up kill. In fact, I think I prefer that. Especially now that she's within range. Okay. So yeah, Anna and Lucina can probably take out this one. A slight problem that we have here now, though, is that we've kind of blocked up this position, such that we do need ranged attackers. Come in and take that guy out. Unless, of course, Anna just takes an axe to his face, which we can also do. And, of course, Ivy is still able to drop something on him. That's likely the order of events. Then Ivy's got level 17, Marin's got level 18. Yeah, we'll let Ivy get the kill if possible. Actually, let's check this. Okay. She's got a pretty low hit chance, so I think I need to test this first just to make sure we can get it done. Because otherwise we'll need to rethink and replan. Yeah. Dagger attack should be pretty good, though. Yeah, we should attack with her first. Let's favor hit chance over damage. It's going to be a little more important here. And you hex it. Oh yeah, and you can also move her afterwards. We'll do that. Just to leave her nice and flexible. Put her right in range of everybody else who's attacking in, because I expect I will be able to nuke them all. Also, if I stand here with the adjacency bonus, I am so close to actually being able to take that out. Actually, with Engage, I'd be able to do that without burning the Lodestar Rush ability. And so, yeah, we will engage with Marth, and we'll take it out that way. Now, this is also assuming that Anna's going to get the crit on this unit up here. Which, you know, 70% crit, I think she'll do it. Okay, so the movement range won't be an impediment. Then we'll come up here with Marin and Roy and hit this as far up as possible. Yeah, we really do need to watch out for the staff users. That's the thing, because freeze staff did catch me by surprise there. And it's something that I should have been watching out for. So no freeze staves over here. There was that one on the left. Yeah, because freeze staff really does make you play around a mechanic. And I don't know how much damage the rocks do, whether it's going to be enough to often be an instant kill, or we're not taking chances with that. Anyway, Silver Dagger, let's just do it. That was cool. Okay. Over here, pretty simple, I think. We'll probably just use Alcris right away if we can. That actually doesn't do too much. We do need magic attack against him somehow. Which means we should fly Chloe out of this location. Oh yeah, she's impeded by not only impassable terrain, but by the movement being hobbled. That's something I needed to remember. Fagato does have Canter, doesn't he? Or did I forget to put it on him? I didn't put it on him. Okay. That's important to know, because I thought I had given him Canter. Oh, I guess I got him Alacrity instead, given his speed. So we need to remember that he cannot pull out of there if he gets into some trouble. So what we will do instead, of course, we can always double up with Seedall to get him out of there as well. Longbow, however, will do nothing there. So I think we should actually just hit this with, like, with a Great Lance and be done with him. And busting through this area should be no problem. In fact, if we move Veil up, we can finally get some kind of kill with her. 88%, do we want to do that? That's not great, but it'll work. With the Silver Dagger that I'm very glad I put on her, since she does not come with a physical attack out of the box. Oh, and she's got Canter, so we'll probably move her up closer to center as well, so we can get the group together to the extent that we can. This will obviously be something that we can do with the bow. I think what I should do with Chloe is, well, she doesn't have a lot of movement, but I should drop doubles soon too. Just get some supports on the map. She doesn't have a good position to sit for that though, so I think we just need to move her up and let the movement debuff wear off, or of course double up on her with Seedall, and then you could potentially go up here and drop some doubles a little further. Yeah, I kind of like that, in fact. We just go Seedall up here, Fagato up here. Yeah, nobody's within range for anything. We want Fagato in the middle because we'll be fighting the flyers fairly soon. We can probably even pull them in this turn. And I like the idea of pulling them in this turn while we have a lot of bows to work with. So Chloe goes here, Seedall goes here, reactivates her. That probably maintains position And then Chloe goes a little further up and... Oh, I guess I shouldn't have dropped anyone here. But yeah, we could pull 2 attackers down here and start getting that group down below. We just try to fight it immediately. And we'll keep Seedall here. Move Chloe over here. Actually, if they don't have ranged attacks... Do they have ranged attacks? It's all ranged attacks. A spear... That's okay, though. I mean, it's 1 spear. If it's going to hit... Gravelance Silver Axe. Yeah, I actually should put Chloe here, because if this guy gets baited in, we'll just shoot him down right away. It does mean she'll need to sustain 40 points of damage. And she'll be able to. I think she can take the hit. So we just call doubles over here. And that might be interesting. And yeah, she'll be attacked by the spear, no doubt. Unless the spear prioritizes peeling off the doubles, which is often the case with the AI since it will go for kills. And we even have 1 additional move here, which will allow me to perhaps just tuck in the middle in case we want Engage Plus at some point. Was there something we wanted from the convoy? I feel like there was. Oh yes, we want to restore staff. Just in case. Yeah, because that's going to be necessary. Okay, that's going to blow everything up. Got plenty of warning. We just need to not be accidentally pushed by great axes or something. Also notice that the previous location was hit as well. Did I know that was going to happen, or was that marked? Yeah, flyers are going to pull in. That's great. We'll just try to kill them quickly. We'll try to get all 4, which means we need to mark range on these guys. And perhaps up above as well. It's going to be a lot of lava and flyers only over here, but we should be able to reach everybody. And we have no boulder attacks marked this time, which is fine, because then we can continue pushing up to this location. And perhaps... Yeah, I got a lot of ground over here, but... Where's Louis? Yeah, Louis can push up into this location and start attacking, as long as we don't get hit by the Mage Knight. This guy I'm a little worried about. 39 magic attack, but thankfully pretty slow. Okay, let's nuke everybody. So, where is my archer? Anna can just come in here. Yeah, and in case this whole line gets eradicated, we should start getting units in position. Well, we'll see. Let's take a look at their defense. It's going to be pretty much all equivalent, 25 defense. And we'll just need to be especially quick about taking out the one with the spear, which we can do. So why don't we just put her in backup position as well? Oh, you know what? She's just short on damage, although with the killer bow, maybe that will not matter. With the radiant bow, that will definitely not matter. Look at that. Spectacular. But given her position, she should actually be the second attacker and take out the Brave Lance. Which means we have Jean and Erica over here, Flashing Fist. That's going to do 44, possibly 49 on the first attack, and then kill. And we should get Yunaka to do as much as possible. Which is not going to be very much. It will get the break, I suppose. But we do want her to do something for us every turn. So we'll try to set that up somehow. Now, for example, you've got 11 sword over here. It takes it down to 16 potentially, and it'll also break it. Which means you can then down here and let's see what kind of weapons we have. If it's broken, then you're able to just chain attack into it and probably kill it with about 15 damage, possibly even more. Actually, if it's broken, then you can just attack it into it with a smash weapon. So let's do that. We'll go Marin and Roy. I will break it with his 11 sword. We'll try to feed Yunaka some XP. So it's broken now, which means that we should be able to just do this attack with no problems. Good combination, in fact. Good way to keep her alive. And she's going to get a nice big gain off of that. She's very underleveled right now, so we want to bring her up as much as possible. Okay, Anna and Lucina can get the next attack after that. And yeah, we've got so many options here, in fact. We're in pretty good shape. A Radiant Bow. Okay, next. We're actually massively overpowered for this section. We need some rocks to break, in fact. We can even do some hit and run, possibly. Not yet, though. We'll have her engage an additional turn, and because the doubles will stay in place, then Lyn could potentially be extremely powerful getting into the next turn. So who is even hitting in this location? It's actually just a wyvern. So once we take them out, then we'll have a clearer idea of the ranges we're working with down there. In that case, probably best to do something like taking, yeah, Fagato and Alcris and just nuking everyone we can. Yeah, we need to actually take out the spear really quickly. So it doesn't counterattack, and that would be a good way to do it. Silver bow. Notably, the bosses are in the top left, but the route through the top right would allow you to pick up the goddess icon. Given how the map is going to break apart, I mean, I guess there is a fast route through the left, but then if you want to really be completionist about it, we push through the top right as well. And depending on the pattern of how the map breaks open, we don't want to split our forces, but we definitely want to peel off as much as we can. One side at a time. So, let's take this guy out. That's likely going to be... can Alcris get in range for that play? Not quite. Let's see about our mages then. Or we can just tap with Chloe. That works too. Because minus this unit, yeah, nobody's going to reach in here. In fact, we might even be able to bait out the Mage Knight, who's going to attempt to do 39 against her. Against 20, so she'll take a little bit of damage, but then she can fight back really quickly. It might be the best way to do it. We want to bait that guy out, so find a spot that allows me to do that, and it will be this location right here. As the other ones can't hit. Mage Knight comes in. Would have to fire at 2 range, and we fire back. So we just attack. And it's just going to completely wreck it. And yeah, we'll maintain position. Yeah, deal would be to bait that in. Let's go Louis up here. Where are these 2 range markers coming from? Let's see. Silver Sword. Yeah, no, we'll just put Louis up there and fight these guys directly. He just needs to do 67 damage against him, which I think he can do. He's on 69. Yeah, Great Lance will just go up there and block. No problem whatsoever. Yeah, Seedall, maybe we want to keep him kind of in the middle. So we can actually move some of my other units. I do kind of want to keep him with Veil though, so we'll move him up here like this. Once Louis comes up to block in this position, Seedall can get in a bit closer, in fact. So we'll move him up somehow. Yeah, because Louis will get up in this position here. And Seedall can just camp out here. Yeah, we'll just keep him on Great Lance. And so the question now is, do we cluster everyone else up together and stay as a team? I think we want to, again, keep Veil with Seedall for the combo play. So let's wait this out for the time being. Put Alchrist up there as well. And then, yeah, we can even start getting into position to attack the next cluster, which might be able to do pretty quickly here. Sean will probably want to take point up top, especially against the Berserkers. You want to burn them down really quickly. So we'll keep him up there for the time being. I expect that something is going to break here on this side next turn anyway, and we'll have a pretty clear opening. Which means that Ivy and Corrin should probably move towards that side. Although they can kind of stay in the middle and have access to either side of the map. In fact, I like that idea. That you would just hang in the middle and be able to hit either way. Yeah, Citrine and Celica shouldn't go there yet, but I just know the option is available. Just move everyone up. Let's move them over here. Yeah, we're not really even using Micaiah's power, are we, right now? But we can next turn because we've got a huge cluster of units, and if we stack them together just right, we can just teleport them again to the next group and really mob them. So let's get over here with Andreo, and let's think about how that setup is potentially going to work. It might actually be a good reason to... Let's see, we basically want to have this cross... Yeah, he can basically take a cross and just transport it. Which means we can actually stay here with Ivy and Corin. I kind of like that. Unless we need to heal anybody with the Dragon Vein, I don't think we do. We didn't really take any punishment at all. I also noticed Citrine's HP is already capped out, which is sooner than I expected. I guess I did put a Seraph Robe on her fairly early on, but that's a very low cap on that stat. Yeah, that's why whenever you put those buff items on characters you're using in the long term, you're just asking for that stat to be capped sooner or later. And it's just a temporary provision. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm sure the attack will charge up once again. But we'll take up as much of this side as we can. Possibly even get an opportunity to attack into the dragon. Now we have to watch out for the bows on the left side. Yeah, this is going to be a big miss. And then the attack is coming. No problem. No problem whatsoever. We're actually going to outpace it. And here's the idea with Pendreo again, with the warp. That if everybody's stuck at this choke point, we'll just move them. In fact, let's see how that's going to look. If he uses the warp staff and we're really burning through this thing, then he could potentially just move everybody up to this cluster and they just attack. And they're in great shape. He can take them pretty far, in fact. You could even take them to this side. Although there isn't really good landing spot there. But that's something we can do. That we can just take out this group immediately and stay ahead of the curve. Oh, which does mean, let's untag these guys. Let's tag the next opponent so we know what our safety zone is going to be. Let's also make sure we've tagged the bows so we know what we're dealing with. I think we will actually go dragon hunting. Maybe. We're not quite in range. But where's my Seedall? Where's going? He's over here. So for example, if Ivy hits in this location, attacks, pulls back, and then Seedall can double her up and she can go again. And Seedall can pull out of this location here. So you can even snipe a dragon this turn, and I think you can do it. Let's do it. Now, I do need a plan to heal her up if she does in fact take damage. No, I don't, because she'll be able to do a second round without taking an additional hit. I assume she will take damage, but we'll need to just pull her out. Yeah, that'll be out of range of that guy, so I think this will work. And we can even go Thoron against it on the second shot if we really want. Indeed, if we go Thoron with both shots, then she just doesn't even take damage at all. Because Thoron will take out half its health. Oh, I like that, in fact. Except, yeah, no, the Fire Breath will hit. Okay, so never mind. We'll do it this way. In case she gets that low percentage crit again, which I don't expect. And Corin's power will not help at all here. We don't need to freeze it, so let's just fire, and we'll pull her back. And yeah, I think it's actually her skill that's giving her that additional bit of damage that she has. What was it, Luna or something like that? Let's pull over here. And the thing is, we can still move her a second time too. As if you look at, yeah, Grasping Void So her dexterity gives her the chance to do just enough extra damage to take this guy out completely. Which means if we double her up and if we get her healed up somehow, which would require me to use physic on somebody. Did I put physic on anybody? I don't know that I did. Let's see. Oh, that's too bad actually, because if we healed her up this turn, we could have had a pretty clear chance at sniping the other guy too. Now we can actually still do it with Pendreo and Mend, but then that would prevent me from doing the warp play. So for example, in fact Mend doesn't get within range either, so probably can't risk it unless we have some other initial attack on it first. So for example, from... let's see, I have Alcris and Leaf over here. Then Longbow would hit. It would take it down to 33, which I don't think is enough. Is it? But it is out of range of these two, so we don't need to worry about that counterattack. One thing we can always do is use Louis' repositioning as well to move Chloe and Lynn a little closer. Really, what we want to do is heal her up, though. We're not really in position to do it. Yeah, Chloe and Lynn, with the help of all the doubles, might actually be able to get the kill as well. But right, because she's got magic attack of 50 here, and then that would do 25 and 25 as before. Possibly with a chain. Yeah, I don't quite think we can do it. We do have to be patient about it. Yeah, but I could heal her up. That would be best, probably. Yeah, we should have remembered to grab another physics staff. That is a bit of a mistake here. But anyway, we'll attack in. Let's see what we can do here. Now, we don't want to stand here because that gets in the way of the warp, but it does confirm that Citrine is able to just move everything. So if we go staff, go warp, just drop everybody here. Citrine can stand a little to the left. And actually, since the pieces are still moving, we don't need to drop quite in that location. Oh, yeah, we do. Means we do have a pretty clear play here. These berserkers, which are going to be... Oh, chain guard is potentially an issue. Let's check this to make sure. Chain guard's not an issue for some reason. Okay, but these guys will not be an issue, so... let's just move her up. See what happens. We'll just take out this whole cluster. And yeah, we'll do it. It's burning through the warp staff, but this kind of play is way too much fun to overlook. We even managed to get Inaka up there with Marth. Such that we can do the same kind of play again with Marin and Roy, where we... oh, actually, that'll just kill it. Straight up. Oh, maybe not. It'll leave just enough room for her to tap at the end. Now, we do, however, need to make sure we can take this guy out. like we'll be able to do it. So yeah, because you got plenty of attack coming in from Fagato, so should be able to make it work. So yeah, let's do the Marin combo. In fact, we leave a little bit of health available. Then yeah, there's like a 0% chance of a response. 7% is still a potential hit. We don't want to mess with that, but that way we try to guarantee that she gets to kill. Well, first then we should go over here. And hit. Because that does allow me to go Fagato over here. We'll hit. That then allows me to make this play with Marin, which we could even stand her a little further so we can get in position for the next series of attacks. And Yunaka should do plenty to continue this pattern from here. Also, it's a great axe. When you have a great weapon versus a great weapon, is it just a normal attack priority? It is not. If you attack with a smash weapon, even into another smash weapon, the opponent always does go first. Rapier, dagger, silver dagger 3. Yeah, that will be it. We'll give it a poke. And it will guarantee the kill. I'm just going to power level her up this map. Been a while since we've really supported a character's leveling specifically. It's an element of the game we haven't done nearly enough of in recent maps, particularly because we've been overly dependent on a car party. Yeah, I think we'll leave things here as is. Yeah, we need somebody to get in position on the left to heal Ivy, though. This is a bit of an issue right now. Because we're depending on her to score kills against worms. She's not really going to do that under present circumstances. But I think what we can do is we should do the reposition play with Louis, so we can take advantage of Chloe's ability to double up while we still can. Also, let's mark these guys so we know what we're dealing with. Because we don't want to be surprised by them either. So yeah, actually, I like this. Let's go reposition. Yank Chloe over to the other side. Then she goes over here. And she's still out of bow range, which is important. And that's going to get pretty close to getting the kill. With a low crit chance. If I go killer bow, though, 42 crit chance. Yeah, that's not going to be good enough to really kill it. But yeah, Mulligar has a low possibility of being hit in return, so I think that's how we'll do it. Because then we can finish off at Alchrist. Good. Then we can pull her back, like maybe right here. We obviously don't want her to fight bows or anything, but park her over here. And then that's going to be a guaranteed hit, so we'll just take it out. Also, if audio's been dead for a while, I should actually fix it. Give me one moment. We haven't had that happen in a few streams now, but hopefully this doesn't persist. Give me 1 second. Might have been that way for quite a few turns now, but try to monitor it as best as I can. And the music on this map is too interesting to go without, so let's try to make sure we have our audio back. It'll take a little bit of tweaking to make sure everything is typed through the right channels again. But hopefully this will work. Okay, we haven't actually gotten a chance to use Veil this map. Obviously, Ceylon's got to get out of the death zone as well. And again, yeah, not too worried about them. We can try to clean up the right side, but the main thing I'm here for would be to loot the Volcanon, which I think we can do. And of course, Pandreo's stuck way at the back. Louis can get over here. He's going to be fighting bows. He needs to switch to... Oh, and he's going to be fighting a longbow as well, which will hit him from afar, but he can fight this guy. Yeah, let's wait over here. Seedall is going to dance. And then move up. He's going to get over here and switch to Briannac. Then we get Jean and Erica to rejoin the party up top. So it's just Pandreo being a bit of a straggler since he's been warping everybody way up. And we're going to make short work of everything here. So far, the meteor pattern is just one every 2 turns. Works for me. We'll just kill everything on that side. And on this side. So let's mark this guy. Yeah, so we'll take these guys out this turn. Not really within range to deal with these ones right now, unless we can do some kind of hit and run. Or unless we get somebody to stand there. I don't know if Jean's within range. He's not. So I think we'll just kill these off. Presumably they're chain guarded. We can just check that quickly. No, they're not. Okay. Well, it serves them right. Naka. Yeah, we need to watch out for this bow and the ranged attacks. We do not want to step there. Which means... Let's do Ivy's all the way over here too, otherwise we could have used her, so... Fugato with the longbow. That's probably the way to go. It's going to do 18 against that. And then should be able to get the kill from there. Then we take that guy out. We just do it from the bottom position here, perhaps. Find some other way to lock it down. The problem is that that unit is not very accessible to me right now. There is always Fugato's shove ability when it comes to that. And yeah, Pendreo's still way back here. Fortunately, will not be able to really warp, but of course you can always go and trap. Just pull both units back here. That might be fun, in fact. I don't know if I want to burn and trap like that, given how scarce it is. That's the only thing. Because he basically dumped that beside himself and then... Whoops, pardon me. And... yeah, I wonder if you can actually maybe even pull the cavalry. I don't think he's going to be within range of that. No, not quite within range. And he can't quite capture the big guy either. I don't know if I want to burn a staff on that, though. That's only an advantage of one additional unit. So it's just a matter of figuring out whether we can survive against an attack from the Silver Spirit. Or if we can do something else with getting Ivy to fly over. We can always get Jean to rewarp over to this location and block. And he'd have to suffer through one magical attack, but that's all he would have to do. And so Jean would just block here against the Silver Spirit, and he would be okay. So I think that's the idea. And he'd have to go using a rewarp. Use a rewarp staff with a shielding stance up here, and just block that location. So I think this works. We'll go Gato over here. In fact, taking a look at this, we might even be able to buff him up a little bit. What's his hit chance? 92, yeah, good enough. 26 damage from there. Then she should be able to get killed pretty easily. Okay. We'll feed Yanaka some kills again.
I cannot afford to lose.
We'll put Jean over here with a shield. Only thing to be aware of is stuff like the bow attacks, but Bogadon over here does 39. And it won't really be that much damage. At least not with shielding. So let me just put this on. I actually haven't used rewarp that much lately. And he will pop up over here. I think that's the best way to do it, because right now we have nobody who can actually attack him, but that spot was safe from this guy, and that's safe from all the other ones. So he'd basically be taking very little damage. About 10. and his physical defense can just withstand a Silver Spirit completely. So yeah, we'll rewarp up there and block that spot. And then that's safe. So then we put the rest of the line behind him. And yeah, I don't know how soon the opportunity will open up to hit these guys, but we'll pile in here and we'll try to get an attack on a worm as soon as possible. Let's... Actually, I think we want to move Ivy down and heal her. Or move Ivy to this side and then heal her. Because then... 6. Heal her here. She goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's still going to be out of range of that. Yeah, no, we'll lead her here. Then she could possibly lead the attack against that dragon. That might be the best way to do it. I could even drop Dragon Vein. Oh, no, not in that location. She doesn't. Yeah. Kind of expect a wave of reinforcements at least at this point. It seems way too clear, this map. Much, much too clear. There have to be some complications. Yeah, we want some nice open space to gang up on these two in their little fortress here. Also, I noticed that nothing is stopping us from dropping a trap on them, apart from potentially a low success rate. Yeah, we'll move me and Goran. I can wait. And the thing about Pendrail and Micaiah is that I can also just heal up the whole party, but then we should fight first and see what happens. So how many turns does he have left in Micaiah? This is his last turn. So if he wants to do Sacrifice Heal, now is the time to do it. But that would really only benefit Ivy. And that's okay. It will top off the party by whichever points you're missing, so... And then we'll get in here with Marin. Pendreo should probably go for the Emblem Energy Orb up here on the next turn anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 movement. It's going to be a little bit off. No, but you'll definitely want him to just start reloading. And heal himself up. Yeah, no, either way he's going to have to spend 1 mend. It's just a matter of what picks up a ton of experience. So anyway, let's get Vale perhaps to score a kill for once.
I hope I've done well.
And yeah, no need to really move around too much. I don't think we have... Oh yeah, we do actually want Chloe to restore her engage power this turn, so she'll end to the left. Because she's somebody who does actually want that. But she can also go for the other one. She's not attacking in. But that's okay, let's leave our options open right here. As we can go longbow. this guy, or we can just get in there directly as Louis and just kill it. Great Lance will just poke it immediately, and then Seedall can go down and grab him and pull him back up. In fact, let's just do that.
You were beautiful while you lasted.
Didn't last very long, though. I'll pull him back to this location to grab whatever this is. And we will come up here. Back. We could even swap them up. Then you got 6 move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And could come into the middle here and grab this orb. Yeah, I like that. Whoops, let's go swap. And you go over here. And all Crystal Leaf can start getting into position for these two. Pulling one will probably pull the second one as well. We might not want to do that just yet. Until we have more units in position. Also notice, of course, that Pendreo can grab this spot here, but apart from the sale value, I don't know that we necessarily care about that. Yeah, let's actually do the sacrifice play just to be fancy and to level them up a bit. And Alchers and Leaf can start to position themselves in advance. Okay, as expected. Michonne will tank that just fine. We need to watch for the flank play at the back. So this is totally scripted for a few advanced locations, I think. It's not specifically targeting the player at every shot. There are reinforcements as expected. That's okay, we can take them out without too much trouble. But we should probably mark them though, just in case. Yeah, and whoever comes in here can attack in 2 locations. We need to watch out for that. Possibly. Whoever's there, we'll just need to get out. Yeah, because Anna could go there, but then Anna would not really be able to sustain too much damage with both of them attack in. So we would need some way to get her back out. Either that, or we just take Citrin and take it this way. It doesn't quite do enough. Or we take Citrin and just head up there and nuke one of them. We'll warp Ragnarok or some business like that. Let's... first of all, yeah, we actually need to... I guess the Emblem Energy spot will probably remain. We do need to let this hit. Also, Vagato is potentially able to snipe this guy as well. Or... well, we'll see. In order to attack these, I mean, we can also just let John continue to hold position there, which he'll do just fine. He doesn't need to do anything. But ideally, of course, I would like to attack into this with Ivy. And from her dexterity stat, which is 20%, she'll have a 20% chance of doing the extra damage to pull it outright, which may or may not happen, but we'll find out. I guess we'd have to blow up some of this line to move forward and potentially finish it off. Yeah, if she's coming up here, hit, and you pull back. Now she should be able to pull back in such a way that... Yeah, we would need to guarantee to kill this turn, though, otherwise she would be trapped. Of course, you also have Astra with Lyn again. You can just drop Astra on her. We should, in fact, do a bit of a damage test just to see how much Lyn would do.
Emblem,
this will not be the attack. That would do enough. That would take him down by quite a bit. I'd take her down by quite a bit, rather. Even with her being resistant to effectiveness. That's something that we should keep in mind that is potentially worth saving. But yeah, it is possible to... If we attack in here, we know that between the two of these, between Ivy and Chloe, we can definitely take out the worm. If we take these three out and maintain a defensive position up there, then we just get everybody out of the way. So for example, instead of attacking below, we can get over here with a killer bow, make it immediately. We'll just get out of range at the bottom one. For instance, dagger would do its thing. We could also go advance and potentially hit with the Peshkats, which would have the high crit chance in our favor. A lot of possibilities here. I think we can definitely take out the whole cluster. Then we just leave Jean in place to block over here. In fact, you've got some pretty good possibilities over here as well. We would need to check out the chain guard, so we should prioritize along the left. Yeah, I think that's how we'll do it. We don't want to fight the bottom right just yet. If we knock it down to 10, then we can guarantee Yanaka kill. Kind of like that. Let's do it. Then that'll take it out.
Time to finish the job. Another kill for me.
Okay. We'll want to kill this one. We'll send Ivy in first in case she does in fact get a shot in. Because Figado can always kind of... Yeah, if we don't want to burn the Astra, Fagotto can always tap this for additional 6 damage, which would in fact be enough. Means we can't use him here just yet. Also notice that that would be susceptible to somebody attacking in this position. It would be 34 attack, which you will sustain just fine, then she'll be able to hit in return, so let's just do that.
Thank you.
And again, we can always block the position with Jean as well, so she doesn't get hit. Because it is a silver bow, we just need to block the location then, if necessary. Jean would just take this out. Very close to it anyway. 1 damage remaining. The main issue is that right now Citrine looks like a little bit traffic jammed in here. Boganon though would just kill it, which we can do. I think I like that.
First one's crazy.
We're just gonna throw a couple meteors at each other. That's what mages do, apparently. And we need to block the archer from hitting her in return. So Jean's going to block on this side. And we also need to not let Jean be pushed back by the Great Axe, so we actually need to put Jean up 2 spaces here, in case he does get pushed. 60 attack is going to be pretty big. It is going to do, what, 59 damage against him, but then the bow won't do much. Speed 23 though, yeah, he'll be fine. Take a look at his skills. Yeah, so Jean will definitely need to block this location. And we'll just have him activate Chain Card just in case we choose to put somebody beside him. I think he's going to be fine though. He should be fine. Now all that stuff is safe. We can come up here. I wonder if All Surge does it any better. I don't think it does. I could only just insert a hit chance. It in fact does a little less damage. And let's hit. Takes it down to 7. Okay, this is a potential issue. Can Fagotto actually stand far enough? Because I think he only does 6. That's potentially a problem. Unless we can get him in closer somehow. Or put some kind of damage buff close to him. Countering, yeah. We might need to use the Astra after all. Because might not get enough of an attack off of him. And we do need to get this kill for my approach here to be viable. Oh, will not quite do it. Okay. Ah, Draconic Hex though. Draconic Hex should drop its defense by enough that Fugato can get a kill, so he will in fact be fine, remarkably. We should put her back here, so... no, actually, she could potentially do a hit and run up here. A future turn. But we probably want her to help out with attacks on the right side, so we'll... place her here as long as we don't block where Fugato's going. Yeah, Draconic Axe actually solves this completely. It will do enough damage. We'll take it out. Done. And then we just continue moving up in the cluster. Now over here, we should probably deal with these somehow. Maybe just by parking Louis in position again. Yeah, we don't want Louis to face off against Gris's magic attack just yet anyway. We could also just use Seed All to get Louis to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then let's try to hit both. Also, we need to check for staves. No, we're fine. Yeah, we'll send him to the left. Just buff him up all over again. Or just bait them in this turn. No, I think we can probably do it. Back we go. Let's go. Brianek. Wait. See all the dents. Then, yeah, we'll stay there. And Vale could even stand beside him and give him the additional defensive buff. We'll bring Chloe back near the middle. I mean, at this point, we're just waiting for the units on the right side to join the rest of the party here, and we'll do some kind of big combined attack. While holding off reinforcements. So, one issue, of course, is Pantreo. We need to get in. Now, this might be interesting. 34 bow against him. Oh, yeah, he's got to heal up, though. And that would take him up to 41 health. Or 42 health by the look of it. And he sustained this attack. 34. We'll be doing 23, yeah. And then if he fights back, his resilience 17. He's got magic attack 39. That is going to double up. That'll be 22 and 22. It won't quite kill, but it'll knock this guy down by quite a bit. So we may actually just take this risk and yeah, that's why the shielding art is not that useful on him. If physical damage is a consideration, he should probably be counterattacking anyway. Let's go like this. think this will work. And Chris doesn't really get to do anything there. We'll stay here, just in case. And yeah, he might have to stay here too. I mean, we could always see what the eventual attack will look like. It'll be decent, in fact. Yeah, but we'll want some kind of combined maneuver, so we'll just stop the turn at this point. We're doing fine on this map. Miss. And as expected, we'll soften them up just a little bit. No issues defending over here. More reinforcements, it's pretty quick. So yeah, a little bit of time pressure. But we should be able to deal with it just fine. We can stall here for quite a bit, in fact. And then, yeah, Bale can just drop Thunder. She should in fact do so from a little further up. And run back.
Good night.
Move her up. And even let Seedall get the kill for once. It's always a pretty big boost. Except he won't be able to. Okay, never mind. That's okay, we'll just poke this and be done with it. In fact, it might make sense to move Louis even further over to once with Seedall maybe stand over here and tank multiple attacks. That's kind of dependent on some terrain breaking over here though, so you can actually get back in position afterwards, but yeah, that way you can basically take out most of those by himself. And because they're going to be in a bit of an awkward position flying in here around all the rocks.
My apologies.
So for instance, move in here. And he's not going to get quite far enough. But depending on where these fellows go, we might be able to attack in pretty nicely. Yeah, in the interest of keeping our whole cluster together though, let's collapse back into the middle. And we can even, yeah, we'll do this. Okay, these fellows up here, let's, do we know what they hit? Physics staff and free staff. Okay, free staff we need to do something with.
I will
For
endure.
sure. can't let it stand. Not much of a hit chance there, unfortunately. So, the freeze staff is a potential problem. We'll need to deal with it. Anyway, Yunaka and Marth, let's just use them instead. Snipe off as much as we can.
That was all you.
And we will, of course, get Pendreo to reload in Makaya's power, because we'll need it for the succeeding turns. Physical attack 36. We'll just get them to attack Indijin. I think that's all we really need to do. In the meantime, we just snipe what we can. The free staff is actually the main thing to worry about, but it's not something we can really even deal with except with Astra. That is in fact what Astra is for. Except of course Lyn is way out of position and we already use Seed All, so never mind that. But yeah, we'll potentially need to unfreeze somebody next turn, which means I should pull out and get a staff ready.
Let's do this!
Also only have one warp remaining at the moment, so we do need to be careful about that. Let's see here. So Silver Sword, we need to make sure whoever deals with this can deal with speed 31, which is actually a bit of a problem, potentially. But let's see if we understand how to do it. Yeah, you can always do a bunch of hit and runs. I don't know if that'll hit, but the other thing we could do is Silence Staff. That might be worth considering. Anyway, let's attack into this guy. Radiant Bow will very nearly take it out, but not quite. But then Jean can do the extra tap on that, and then should be fine. Or we get someone like Citrin. Okay, so potentially, oh, that she'll stand here. If she sits here, she'll to hit that hard. In fact, you can do so from down here. Caveat being that you get hit by the Silver Bow. 34, speed 24, so that's going to be 2 attacks. 23 and 23, yeah, so... Or 24 and 24 rather. So she'll need to get out of there if you do that. Or, of course, this guy, we can just kill him immediately and see what happens. Also, Sean's switching over to... Okay, group plus speed 31, so physical attack 36 is going to do 10 damage to him apiece. And apiece. If he switches to Flashing Fist, it's only going to take a single attack, but then the effective defense is going to be something like 21. So he'd take about 30 damage still, so... Let's see if we can find something that makes sense. do is we'll actually continue. Yeah, because we're on a bit of a timer anyway from the newer units loading in, we should actually try to move forward and hope that the meteor strikes haven't quite caught up to us yet, but they probably will. So this guy's in a very annoying position. Yeah, if I hadn't already used Seed on them here, I would have, in fact, used Chloe to get an Astra shot against this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, but she's nowhere in position to do that. Not even remotely close, so. I'll keep this cluster as is, and we just need to eat the free staff for a turn. I think that's the case. We eat the free staff and the arrow, probably not. 34 would do 16 against him, and then... Oh yeah, maybe, because Fagato will take a lot of punishment, but then he can counterattack. We just continue going shield against this, then that'd actually be fine. What can I hit with these guys? Ivy and Corrin. Hit and then pull back. That is important, in fact. Let's see if we can do that. Have a low hit chance, but pull her back out. Yeah, if you're on Flashing Fist, then you'll take about 30, and that's okay. That does reduce some problems. This won't quite do it. Probably don't want to get that far into harm's way anyway. Yeah. If we eat the free staff, we just need to restore someone else. I keep forgetting to account for gentility. Do the defensive calculations. So John's actually going to be in okay shape. Not great shape, but okay shape. If he's frozen, we will need a plan. In fact, if either one of us are frozen, well, we'll figure out how to get out of that particular quandary. But that negates the speed bonus. Yeah, the worst case is going to be 30 damage incoming for him. And we'll just try to move up the rest of the crew. And let's make sure we have the weapon selection that we want. And we can try to bait an attack with Anna as well. I kind of like that idea. I guess she'll just straight up kill it. Silver sword on either one. If she stands there, then no, because it'll break axes, and she would only have the option of switching to axe. So I can actually do that, but I can stand within range. Okay, now let's do this cluster here. Once again, need to watch out for not pulling the Nova just yet. I don't think we have anybody who's maybe that good a spell tank here, apart from maybe Veil. Yeah, we'll just try to pull in the flyers first and see what happens. Those flyers come in. Alternatively, we just try to eat the magic attack. As Louis with a Great Lance, Nova's going to hit 1 to 2, so it's very tempting to just start fighting here, but the problem is that if you pull both units down, then we're out of position for anything up here with these guys. Ideally, we actually want to pull the bosses into separate locations, have one attacker stand here, one on the other side. So we actually want to just hold on for a moment, not go anywhere while we get ready to take them on. And we'll get Chloe in a more central position just for Astra purposes, in case we need it. And Alkers hasn't had anything to do lately, but we'll keep going. Okay. Now, let's see if we run into any issues with free staff. I like that that's going to open up. To have quite a few reinforcements to deal with, though, so we'd better not dawdle. Let's actually start attacking in, because it is getting to the point where we're going to get stalled out here. In fact, as long as we stay out of range of Zephyr, if we can hit these guys in a way that allows me to just pull Gris. Does Nova have any kind of type effectiveness? Oh, it attacks twice. Yeah, we need to keep that into account. We didn't consider that it would attack twice. However, this is where potentially the Veil and Seedal double play could come in handy. Where you try to attack in at once, but I don't know if we want to burn that this turn. We're just not in position for it. But basically, you could have this entire cluster take a double turn, potentially. Because let's say Seedal is here, so for example, you have a longbow. Longbow wouldn't quite kill, and that's the problem. Hurricane X on that guy. But if you have somebody who can retreat, Spear over there. There's also the Brave Lance over here, I'm sure. Oh no, it doesn't do much. Killer Lance would, with one crit, do an additional 22. That might not be good enough. You need her to engage, and you need her to use the bow. In fact. And the idea is that you would create a cluster here. And have 4 units able to push up together a second time. I don't think we want to do it this turn, no. Too many things that don't work about that. But if we can proceed all up here, we can actually keep everybody out of range fine, I think. We be a little dependent on, maybe she can in fact get the kill. Yeah, I should need the crit with both shots in order to do that. But as I was saying, the bow should be able to do it. Either bow will be able to do it, but Miligira will do that just fine. And then she can take out both by herself and then pull back slightly. And then we want somebody to bring in Nova. So who's got our highest resilience here? It's going to be Vale. So Vale would stand up front. She would have to be out of Zephia's range. That includes a Thoron range. Have to be very careful with that. 2, 3. It's quadrant here. So she would need to stand right on there. No, that doesn't pull either. Okay, so... yeah, actually, because of Thoron, no matter where you stand down there, you do risk pulling both bosses. Unless you can block them off somehow. Of course, you could always go for some kind of additional attack against Zephia. See how this is going to work. It's going to be a little bit tricky. Because you can... yeah, I can take both of these out and just hang back for a moment while I get into a better position with the remaining units. Now once this opens up, and I have a bit more room to maneuver. Yeah, this works too. One of them would die to that. Maybe we just need to push into that location. What do you think? Yeah, because the thing about Louis and Ike is that with Resilience 15, with a double attack, that's going to be pretty considerable. It's going to be 28 and 28 at minimum. We'll probably have a bit of trouble with that. On the other hand, we'll be able to do a pretty good counter. So anyway, let's do what we can then. Let's just go attack. Oh, that's one other thing I can do, is I can drop doubles again. And blockade a little bit. Citadel's maximum extent is over here, so I should need to finish in this position. Hit, back. Okay, let's just do it.
I can't retreat now.
3, 4, 5, 6. Take down one space to give her maximum flexibility. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. just in case. And if I want to drop doubles, then it gives me the opportunity to put Crimson Leaf up here instead. And then that will give me the opportunity to actually advance up the line. The issue is if they try to shoot her down, 43 attack against 20, that would be 23, that gives her 46. The 8s. It's pretty hard physically. The smash attack. Basically, you can't let them both attack in on the same target. It just will not work. But if one of them, at minimum, has to deal with getting doubles out of the way, then I'm actually fine. So we'll do it this way.
I hope this is enough. I can't believe I did that.
Yeah, because we are stalling here for too long. We do need to advance our way in. The Seedon Sigurd will activate her and pull back just in case. Yeah, and then she'll go drop doubles all along that cluster. Like right here is probably best. Block off both locations. Yeah, that doesn't work though because both of these are still ranged attacks. No, this one is not a ranged attack, so that's fine. Thoron could potentially hit for a 46 though, so yeah, if there are two ranged attacks that come in at the same time, like a Thoron and Nova, then you potentially get into some issues. Let's just take a look here. Because when he's in an attacking position, that's going to do 24. However, the hit rate is abysmal. The fact that the hit rate is abysmal tells me that it might be okay after all. So yeah, especially once you have some chain attacks available, she'll be able to one-shot Zephyr one round at a time. So let's call doubles. And if they want to target her together, they can try. I think she should be able to live. The assumption that the attacking hit percentage from Nova is going to be that bad as well. I think it should be. Okay, let's move up. Because it gives me a lot of flexibility to bring up the rest of the party. The rear over here. Will then allow me to do a double play with that squadron. And meanwhile, we make sure we know what we're doing on this side. And can potentially pull Zephyr over with a unit that way as well. Has to be somebody who would... Oh, I keep forgetting that her sword attack is going to be based on the average defense. Okay, that's right. That's why we wanted John there. the first place, so we can have a very balanced defender. He is, however, a little stuck there right now. And these guys get 5 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's okay. Tomahawk, though. It's 44. And yeah, 61%. That's a little rough. But that's okay, as long as we're out of this zone. Indeed, if he doesn't manage to close the deal, that's what Yunaka is for. Oh well, let's see. Let's just see this. Okay, thought so. Jean can probably just tap that with the shielding art. It's still, after shielding art, puts him up to 31, need to deal with a lot of stuff. Maybe. You can also do a hit and run with Corin. We take that out. Anna and Lucina should actually just do this. And Radiant Bow will kill it. Yeah, let's do it. Single shot. It's a very fast character, but
Thanks for the business.
managed it. And Jean should just tap this character and be done. And he can probably face off against both tanks. Because if he is on shielding, he's got defense 31, yeah, he can stomach it. Shielding art will do enough. And move the rest of the squad to
Strange
the
that
left.
I'm fighting.
And get somebody to actually stand in a way that will survive. So that's speed 25 over here. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, it has to be somebody with good magic defense against the Thoron as well. That's an important condition. Celica might actually work. Because if the sword comes in with 58 attack, the defense is going to be average, which on 10 of 40 is going to be about 24-ish. So as long as she doesn't have speed advantage problems, she'll actually be able to tank it fine, and then support her beside that. Same with Ivy and Corin, in fact, although they do need a heal up. In fact, Citrine could just heal her up this turn. Speed reasons, and we can also have the Dragon Bane. Let's stay on Thoron in case you get hit by Thoron. Both of them, in fact, may need to be in the same boat. Well, I don't want to drop her speed by that much. Yeah, 19 speed, that would be dangerous. Let's not do that. No, but I think we just bring her in. Two speed. Oh yeah, the Thorin has 27, but Thorin can only hit once, so that doesn't matter. But both of the magic tanks should have defense kind of in the mid-20s, and they will survive it. We'll in fact drop a Dragon Vein there too. We'll get in there. Complete heal. The question is whether we bring anybody else up there. I think we can. I put Aaron and Roy in the back line. Yeah, I mean, all of them are going to take a very similar amount of damage as long as we don't lose to this speed issue. Oh, it's also a smash attack. I didn't realize that. That's okay. We'll plan accordingly. Hopefully the spacer out to the right. If it doesn't, and they both go to the left, then we'll just need to deal with it and attack in. Possibly do another warp. Okay, let's see what happens. I think I did read this correctly.
Live as a hound, die as
So
a hound.
does he do the range attack? Yes, he does. 24 by 2, that's what we expect, and he's going to miss. And he's going to lose the first life bar, which is excellent. That's why the 7% hit on him is key to this affair. It's not going to hit Jean at all. Jean's going to get the crit. Great. Yeah, we're doing great because these guys just can't hit me. And we did manage to pull Zephyr, which is excellent. I think. That was a little bit thrilling. Ooh, additional unit back here and here. Wolf Knight's either way. Well, if we just killed him this turn, that won't matter now, will it? So we should set up the double play here. But I mean, we know that Chloe is able to just snipe Chris twice. Might not even be the most efficient thing to do, in fact. Because we know she can also one-shot Zephyr over here. So we need 2 successful attacks on Zephyr or one on Gris. I do know that Ike is going to be able to hit very hard, but he would be hit pretty hard in return. And also, the doubles are kind of blocking him right now, so doesn't necessarily help. But Louie and Ike make that attack. Moreover, if they engage, that's not going to be very different. What does Veil do? Well, I mean, we need Veil to reactivate everyone, so we don't want to use her just yet. Alchris does get a full clear on him too, which is good to know. He does kind of get hit in return, but okay, so Alchris and Chloe are just going to kill him. Straight up. And then we reactivate, and then we just go after Zephyr, and we should win. And it's just a matter of how much other tidying up we want to do from there. But I'm kind of eager to clear the map, so let's just do it. Now, there's some leaf over here. Let's try to find a good positioning for this too. Yeah, we want him here so he can get close to Zephyr for the next attack. Brave bow. He'll take some kind of hit in return, but we can heal him out of that perhaps. It's a little bit hard, but deal with it. Yeah, the thing about Zephyr's attack here too is that it is locked to one range, so we can shoot her from afar with impunity. Okay, next here is going to be Chloe. She's going to wind up in this position. Pretty straightforwardly, just a bow shot.
I'll begin. Next one's mine. Save one for me. Next one's mine.
Exquisite. Oh yeah.
Okay, over goes the convoy, then we go over here. Next order of business. We might not even need to do the full play. I mean, Vale just needs to reactivate these two. Right now, we can even do a Seattle and Louis play down there just to pick up a little bit of extra experience. Let's see about clearing this side first, though. Makes sense to use Yanaka here, since we've been trying to clear as much as we can with her. Does well enough that no, you don't want her to fight the Tomahawk though. So let's just go like this. Then Anna and Lucina can probably finish that one up, given that we won't be using her against the boss.
Come again.
Okay, that's done. Yeah, we don't really even need to pick everybody necessarily. Level 11 on these guys, level 15 on them. Okay, in that case, let's just go with Vale. Let's just switch to something faster. No reason, just defense. We could just do Goddess Stance against these two, and then they attack. We do need a third attack here, though. So I think what we need to do is, if Seedall reactivates one, then stands. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so Louis and I can stand there. Okay, yeah, that's how we'll do it. Let's fail. Reactivate him here. So we'll go dance. Go like this. Wait. And we'll actually reactivate these two after we shoot her down once. This means we'll go with somebody else first. Let's take a look. Also, these guys are fairly fast, 27 speed. We'll have to kill them some other way. And Roy might be able to do something.
Our time has
Maybe
come.
even use the fire. Yeah, it's not actually that effective. Let's mess around some other ways. So we need somebody to take her down with 33 first, because we know that Chloe and Lynn could just take her down completely. Okay, yeah, we actually didn't quite do this optimally, but that's okay. Yes, we can, because we can just use Astra here. Just nuke anybody we like. 45 damage. Actually, let's just do it that way. And then we just need 2 attacks after that, yeah.
Now I have you. Impudent. A good wind.
Yeah, because this way we just reactivate her in this position. Yeah, so Blue's gonna go down in this position so we can do something with him. Or you could sit here and goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's this one? It'll work either way. I think these give probably more experience given their level. 2, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Veil and Violet, we'll go here, we'll go engage.
Emblem, engage!
And Goddess Dance.
It's over.
And sure, doesn't matter. Let's...
Please, don't worry.
Yeah, because Seedall will be able to reactivate Louis down there. Let's take a look what Alchris does. He can get the kill. He can also... Let's see what happens if he tries to use the quad strike.
Emblem, engage!
Because maybe we can let him get the kill with that. No, it won't. So... we'll let him shoot her down from here. Actually, yeah, Chloe's already at 20, so we don't want to feed her too much experience. We don't want her to get the ultimate kill if she's already completely capped. But we can get her to tap once, and then Alchris can get the finisher. So there'll be a little bit of unused XP, but we'll deal with it. And we can snipe off 1 unit here, if not much more than that. 17 on that guy.
Devoted to you.
The hit chance is kind of terrible here, but if we go L Surge, that's why we keep L Surge around. We have to do 28, so we just need to do a minimum 18. That's a 17. If we Peshcats, yeah.
I will
even
strike
crits.
you down.
Very clean. We will basically have experience to spare. In fact, oh, just a little bit short, unfortunately. In fact, if we don't even use Chloe, and try to get the kill with these
Consider
two.
it done.
And experience-wise, that's going to be a lot more effective. 26, 29. You can also mess around with the engage power. Try to test it out. Yeah, we know we have alternatives at this point, so mess around a little bit. Look at that. Look at the S rank. He's going to be in great shape. Yeah, actually, let's see how it goes. We got the S rank for a reason. Yeah, eventually we'll be using this as some kind of anti-boss mechanism against Fell Dragon, so...
Emblem Eternal!
I'm gonna power up. And Dragon Blast. Not do much at all, interestingly enough. What does that even do? Sword magic combo attack. Okay, no wonder. Yeah, we basically need a bit of type effectiveness here, so do very much, but if we use the Silver Blade, we'd push her back a spot, and then that could link up with an adjacency bonus as well. Let's try it.
My dear, sweet divine dragon.
Zephyr, you must have known who I was and thought...
Yes, I believe we met. Lord Sombron had so many children. A bug would have had more luck.
Oh?
Oh, not at all. One tends to lose count of the lives that pass by.
I will never be like you.
You're going to die right now.
I think not.
This is it!
Not actually very effective against her. But we just wanted to try it out. Also notice that the ability used the blade, but because it wasn't using the blade directly, it did not actually work as a smash attack. Also look at how massive this ability bar has become just from everything that is available. Dragon Blast would, in fact, not get the kill. However, is that something that must be done at one range? It is. Just curious. And type effectiveness is not really going to matter here. But either one, so yeah, might as well chip her down a little bit.
Show me the way.
And sure, let's see the animation of this weapon. Might be fun. I mean, it is just a Dragon Blast animation, so. Anyway, we know that Alcris and Leaf are going to get killed. No problem in that. So let's just mop up as much as we can of the map first, which is probably just going to be one additional unit. Down here. Yeah, not much else we can do unless we trade our longbow. Take him down here. And just one shot with Great Lance. And there will be some units left alive, but not many.
So your tale ends.
So what's left? Vendria, Micaiah, we can always do another sacrifice just to load up in hit points.
Emblem, engage!
Load up on experience and hit points. As possible.
If this means survival.
Not that we need a leveling on him, but eventually we get to collect ++ to have the A rank staff, then it may be possible to trade him off elsewhere, trade off Micaiah elsewhere rather, and still... not Micaiah, trade him off to a different class rather, keep Micaiah and still be our A rank staff player. I do want him on S rank staves though until we know what we are or aren't going to be doing with it. Likewise, I don't think dropping doubles actually gives you anything experience-wise, but we can always, you know, grab some things. Oh, also, she already has doubles, so can't actually drop anything. Alright, let's just grab whatever this is.
I'll protect you.
And then, with the remaining units, not much can be done over here. So we'll just take Alcris, and we'll finish the map with a couple of stragglers left alive. Yeah. It'll have to be Brave Bow. We can always engage for good measure, just for fun, but no particular point to it. This weapon.
I won't miss.
Quite
He'll get a crit on the first round, so.
Lord Sombron. No.
Okay, there's Georgios. And yeah, legendary blade that smashes foes. You know, I still don't have somebody who can use S-rank swords, so as with the other S-rank sword that we looted, we don't have somebody to use this on yet. But as far as sword smashers go, I mean, we have some characters that could level up eventually. Especially if we manage to feed them as effectively as we've had Yunaka on this map. Yeah, no, I was hoping this would be a dagger, but I guess we already had the S-rank dagger. This is just another S sword weapon. Nova ability should be quite nice now.
We did it! We broke the Fell Dragon shard!
No, I believe this was one of 3, right? But we did take out Gris and Zephyr, so the question is, who else are we facing? Anyway, fun map. Nice to kind of speed through it, even if we did do exactly what I said if we wouldn't and split the party. But we looted everything that needed to be, hung back, cleared a few reinforcements, felt like we were kind of getting ahead of pace of the map the whole time. And the warp staff plays were, of course, lots of fun. even if we just burn through a rather finite item that we should probably save for later. Did get me out of trouble with the freeze. Landed very early on Anna, though, so works for me. Let's see the cutscene. And we'll probably just do the one map today, since it's taken long enough that it doesn't make too much sense to start a second right now. But we'll run around a map a bit first. I am thinking we might actually reclass Chloe as well.
I suppose you've won.
The battle is over.
And she's still alive.
We should go.
We've beaten her up so many times. Maybe we'll just fight her again and again. In dragon form or something.
Goodbye, Zephyr. Goodbye, Gris.
Oh, Gris can't hear anything now. But don't worry.
Okay.
Thank you.
They're actually going to die properly this time.
One last thing before I go.
What do you mean?
Surprise.
Well, it used to be in the mountains. Gradlon rose so mightily. Reaching the shard would be difficult. And then destroying it?
It's at the bottom of a lake?
I did sense that one of them was weaker and farther away than the others, but I never imagined this.
What do we do now?
Simple.
Fish it out.
You raise the mountains. Or drain the lake.
Which one shall we do?
Please, take this. An enchanted crystal that will bring that location in reach.
How did you get
Very
this?
fishy that she's inviting us to just take it and do this.
I am a mage dragon. My kind are capable of making magical objects. Small charms and such, you understand. To craft an object that would alter the very terrain around you.
Zephyr, you don't mean...
She does mean.
Yes. It's making this crystal that has led to my end. You two were quite fortunate, you know. Of all the mage dragons that ever were, I learned at the youngest age that I had vast powers. I would control them in time. Oh, memories. Back to the here and now.
Why are you helping us now?
I'm not sure of that myself.
I bet the explanation is just going to be left as is.
Perhaps here at the close, I'm feeling that it's just the right thing to do. The crystal's
We'll take it.
enchantment will last for only a few hours. Do be careful, Lady Vale.
You could have done this at any time, but now you're dying. If only you'd told us any of this before we fought.
Why now, indeed?
Huh?
I can be kind, just this once. Had I done any of this earlier, I had no intention of dying today. I doubt any of you could swim to that shard.
Zephyr,
Some advice, dear? It's just unsettling to let someone like that linger.
Once we defeat Papa and peace arrives, I won't forget you, Zephyr.
Oh, child. No more of that, please. Unless you prefer to stay and watch me die.
Let's go, Vale.
Yes. Go. Goodbye, Lady Vale.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Zephyr. Thank you for everything.
You are too kind.
Well then, let's see what we do with the terrain. We're given a few hours, which of course means we're going to spend all our time lounging around in the Somniel.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course, in the end, everyone's dead but here. And the Hound's team. Let's take a look at the map here and find the appropriate glowing spots. Yeah, can't wander onto the fire. Not exactly meant to want on hot coals here, but we will run around a bit and hit every spot. Pick up some materials for further crafting purposes. So over here we go, a silver. Very useful. This has been the thing I've been short of the whole game, probably because I've been playing so much with weapon crafting. Sometimes not very cost efficiently. In the end, we've got all the materials we need, and I think we should just exit. And yeah, we'll just depart. I don't know if there's anything specific I want to look at other than putting Nova on Citrian. Probably just replacing the Volcanon. As was it weight 11? Nova has weight 14. She'll just have to deal with it. We'll probably tweak that weapon a bit too and try to raise its hit rate. But double attack though, it gives her we have to work with. We'll see. Might even replace the Elsert with it, so we have options across a couple of different weight classes. But yeah, no pets to recruit here. Obviously, can't grab a flaming salamander or anything. Let's see what happens to the map, whether there are any paralogs as well, or whether we've tapped out the game as I suspect we have.
Hell of a time to switch sides.
My word. I thought they had killed you.
What? You think I'm gonna kick off in the middle of this once-in-a-lifetime pain? This is the good stuff. I gotta savor every last drop.
Well,
Would have been real ticked off if they put me out of my misery, not gonna
get
lie.
That's really the reason you were playing dead? Even at the end, you're an odd man.
How come? You told him about the shard.
Like I said, I'm just trying to wipe the slate clean.
Cut that out. I want to know the truth, okay?
To get back at Lord Sombron, I guess. Why should I die in the dust while he gets everything he wanted just like that? Does that seem fair? Now that they know about the shard, they're sure to break it. And he'll know I've met my end, that he's lost me forever.
You gotta really love somebody if you want to hurt him that badly.
I wasn't in love with Lord Sombron. I just wanted him to give me a child of my own. That was the dream I clung to through all of the long years. A family, the love of a daughter or a son. When I called the hounds my family, I meant every word of it. What we had was something very rare indeed. You, me, Marnie, Mavier, working together to protect Lord Sombron and Lady Vale.
But it's too late for all that now. If you were gonna turn on Sombron, why'd you wait? If you'd done it sooner, maybe we'd still be together. And maybe I wouldn't find myself bleeding out at the moment.
I have to wonder if you'd have been happier on the other side.
You really think I would just abandon you? Not a chance in hell. The Four Hounds. A family. I always did like the sound of that. I can't even remember what my parents' faces looked like. You're the closest thing I had to a mother. Ever since the first day you met me, poor little twisted disciple that I was, hoping that my suffering would be good enough in the eyes of Lord Sombron. You were like a mom to me, and a big sister. Honestly, even a god. The most important person in the world to me.
Chris, I don't like this joke.
It's no joke. I'd follow you anywhere, dummy.
You're right. How could I have been so blind? The one thing I always wanted, staring me in the face all the while. If only I had realized. But no, it's too late to think of that. I hope you forgive me. We are a family. I thank you, Chris.
But then does he live to fight another day? We're all looking forward to finding out.
You drifted off already. Guess I will, too.
Okay, guess not.
No reason to stick around without her. Nothing hurts me anymore.
Okay, that does it for the house. So who do we fight for the rest of it? Alright, just one story map opening up as expected. We will not be doing it today. We will be likely heading back. Looks like there might be some terrain manipulation. This map over here will definitely spend a little bit more time in a sawmill. As far as supports go, we've got a whole pile that we want to see. Probably. Yeah, okay, there's a ring marking, of course, the S support for Citrine now. And the thing I was talking about was that with Chloe already at 20 and not really using any axes, I am considering whether I want to swap her off of current class and move her back onto the one that was kind of the track that she was originally set on in the first place, which is the Griffin. Here it is, Griffin Knight. Yeah, she would... Oh wait, no, Griffin Knight, here it is. Because first of all, it would open up the S-rank lance for her, if she eventually chooses to wield one. And secondly, yeah, we're not really using axes on her right now, and I don't know if we'll necessarily use a staff either, but the point would be to get cleared away on her as a second skill, as well as getting her back to her former role as a usable resilience tank. I don't know if we'll do this or if we'll keep her on Wyvern Knight, but the other nice thing about this is that it will remove the vulnerability to weapons that can hit dragons. Because that was something that was unexpectedly a problem with just building all my flyers as Wyverns. Just taking a look at the stats here, yeah, it's going to be good for her speed and her resilience. Take a bit of a hit to strength. And this is under the assumption, of course, that her existing class skill is kept. Actually, you know what? Let's save up for the moment. I do want to try that just to see what happens. Let's drop a seal on her. Also, as far as lances go, yeah, the Brionac is the only S-rank lance I have so far. It's a little on the heavy side for her. Actually, it's very much on the heavy side for her, so we're not putting her on that. for now, but having it available can only be a good thing. Yeah, actually, it will lower her build slightly, but then her speed will be boosted to compensate. So let me just take a look at her stats again. It's the only real choice I'm considering for her. I do like her to stick as a flyer. It will reduce her strength a little bit. But boost most of everything else. I think we'll probably go with it. Just to experiment. Because building her towards Axis didn't really pan out anyway, so let's try it. Getting her on a Griffin. Yeah, a couple of stat changes here. We'll see if we want to keep that. And then let's see what happens to her skills. Okay, so she does lose this skill, actually. So she doesn't get to keep the class skill. You only get to keep it yeah, so I didn't know that was a system because we hadn't tried it out, but I guess that makes sense. You can't just stack and keep the class skills all day. In spite of the fact that if you loop the same class around, you do manage to keep the skills that you have, even if you haven't looped back up to level 5 yet. So I don't know if we will keep her on that. But I'll consider that and see whether we want to revert to save or do something else. I think it might help to have her on Griffin Knight anyway, but we'll have to think about it. Given that we do have a fair abundance of staff users, and she's just going to be a Lancer either way, mostly a physical Lancer. And so, but with that said, we can take a look at the supports, and we'll probably just call it from there. Oh yes, the bond conversation is important. Making sure Jean is totally unlocked with Erica.
People's hearts are like teacups.
Is that so? What happens if it overflows?
It could become a real problem.
My heart does feel lighter when we talk.
Now, the thing about the air raid power that was on Chloe and Wyvern Flum is that we don't really need it, given that she's outspeeding everybody anyway. So maybe it's no big loss to lose the Wyvern skill and try to build towards the Griffin skill instead. So we'll consider that. And yeah, that's a lot of supports to get through, actually. Well, 3 pairs maybe. It's 3 pairs, let's just watch it. And then we'll log off from here.
What can this humble liar do for you, Divine One?
I'd like to have a talk, that's all.
I understand. And I'm prepared to accept whatever punishment.
Punishment? No! I wanted you to know how grateful I've been to have you by my side.
Wait, what?
That's how I feel. You fight hard every day to protect our allies. In hindsight, I think the only reason you lied, so let's change that.
Way to put me on the spot.
If you don't want to, then I won't pry.
Before I joined up with you, I was sort of just wandering. I'd left my old self behind me.
You don't sound very fond of your old self.
Oh, I like her well enough. Others, though, not so much. But I like who I am now. And honestly,
I'm glad to hear that. Good talk, Yunaka. I think we should do it again sometime.
You got yourself a deal.
It had been so long since we did our first support with her back in Rank C. Weeks and weeks ago, in fact. since I hadn't used her in quite a few maps now. Since very early on in the second act after 11, in fact. But nice to have her back in the game. Managed to level her up pretty quickly. We'll keep on going with that now that we have an expanded party.
That's amazing. Wolf jousting sounds like a thrilling sport to witness.
That it is. But the fights out in the crowd, there are plenty of ways to amuse oneself in Somme.
So many stories. Your descriptions are so vivid. The caravan lifestyle sounds like so much fun. Coming and going as you please. No restrictions, no cares. I wish I could have that life.
Yes, well...
There's one story you haven't told yet. I bet you were born into it.
No. I was born in a town by the sea. I was so young when my father died, I have no memories of him. She was a fortune teller, but an ill-fated one. One thing led to another.
On the streets?
I was a child without a family.
Oh.
But one day, a caravan was passing by, and I did. I traveled with them from that day on. Speaking was difficult for me then. I learned that I didn't need words to communicate.
I see.
My apologies.
Please, I'm the one who should apologize.
No, I've darkened the mood. I'm sorry. I think this is a good place to stop for now.
Stopping for now, but of course there's still an A support ahead of them. And here comes the A support for Marin and Citrine.
Citrine, I need to talk to you.
Marin, hello!
It's about that. I'm so sorry.
Oh my! What do you mean?
I love rare critters. And then you saw me in that lie.
An Aleutian alba... Wait,
You told me you thought I was cool, remember? I did not want you to see me like that.
I think I understand.
I'm sorry. I won't lie to you again.
Marin, you needn't worry about any of that. I'm not disappointed, and I don't think you did anything disgraceful. I'm actually thankful to have caught a glimpse of the real you.
I don't understand.
It's like I discovered an entirely new, entirely charming side of you.
A charming side?
I see your cool side during battle, and now I know you have a cute side around animals.
I don't know about that.
Tell me, Marin, have you heard of a certain forest in Brodia that's home to rare wildlife?
I have. It's on the royal family's private property.
Would you like to visit it together when this war is over? There's a chance we might discover a new species in there.
Wait, slow down.
Oh, it wouldn't be any trouble or cost.
Citrine, are you related to the royal family?
I am. So please, don't worry. I want you to fully embrace that adorable, animal-loving side of yourself once again.
I don't know what to say. Honestly, I can't wait.
All I ask is that you help me spot animals during our trip.
Personal wildlife expert.
Okay, that does it. So, I think we'll probably conclude here for now. There will be some party management to be done in the Somniel, but hopefully not too much of it. And we've got the 2 remaining stones, probably the final boss. It'll be probably minimum chapter 26, I'm guessing. And no more paralogs in sight for now, so I think we're probably in good shape on that score. But for the time being, I think this party setup actually end up working pretty well. Now that we have expanded to 14, on a map where the squads were straying from each other quite that much, we got Yanaka up a couple of levels actually. So hopefully we can get her stats caught up soon enough. But the end is near. For some characters, the end has already come. Now, regardless, there will be more. Probably in a few days, and we'll hope to finish this game sometime within the next week. Thanks for watching. And until next time, have a great weekend. Enjoy whatever it is you're playing. for watching, and above all, fare thee well.